Whales by Gail Gibbons. Whales live in oceans. They are not fish. They are air-breathing, warm-blooded mammals. Some are small and others are huge. The world's largest animals are whales. The first ancestors of whales lived more than 50 million years ago. Scientists believe they are descended from creatures that lived on land, possibly the Mesonychid. Here is a picture of the Mesonychid. At some point, they began to stay in the oceans. Their bodies became more streamlined for easier swimming. Their fur was replaced by blubber to keep them warm. Protocetus. Mammalodon. Blubber is a layer of fat between the skin and muscles. Today, millions of years later, skeletons of whales show clues to their early ancestors. Inside their flippers are bones arranged like those of a hand. Further back, there are remains of small leg bones, but there are no flippers here. This is a blue whale skeleton. Here are their leg bones, and here are their flipper bones. Whales' tails are called flukes. They do not look like fish tails. Whales push themselves through the water by moving their flukes up and down. They use their flippers for balance and turning. Here is the flipper, and here is the fluke. Whales can't stay underwater like fish. Beneath the surface, they must hold their breath. Before diving, whales breathe fresh air into their lungs through 1 or 2 nostrils on top of their heads. They are called blowholes. Here's the blowhole. When whales surface, they blow out their wet, warm breath, making a spout. Here's a spout. When whales can't see well in dark and murky waters, they make clicking sounds. The sound waves travel and bounce off objects. Then they come back to the whale's ears. This is called sonar or echolocation. Sonar or echolocation. Some whales make other sounds too. They resemble squeals, groans, chirps, and whistles like birds. Scientists believe that whales make these sounds to communicate with each other. Some whales travel to cold waters to feed and live in the summer. Often they travel in groups called pods. In the winter, they go back to the warm waters. This traveling is called migration. Migration. Pod. In the warm waters, the females have their babies. They can only have one baby at a time. A male is called a bull, and a female is called a cow. A baby is called a calf. This is a bull. Here is a calf nursing. Here is a cow. There are 2 main kinds of whales. One group has teeth. They are called toothed whales or Odonoceti. Here's a dolphin, and this is a porpoise. Dolphins and porpoises are whales too. They are toothed whales or Odonoceti. A pilot whale, also called a blackfish, is about 20 feet long. Most toothed whales are larger than the females. The narwhal has 2 teeth. In the males, one of the teeth grows into a long tusk. A beluga, also called a white whale, lives near the North Pole. It is about 18 feet long. Toothed whales have only one blowhole. A sperm whale can stay underwater for a very long time. It can be 65 feet long. The teeth are only for catching their food. They gulp down their food without chewing. A killer whale, also called an orca, has sharp teeth. It eats fish, penguins, seals, and even some of the bigger whales. It can be 30 feet long. The other main group of whales has no teeth. Instead, they have long, fringed blades hanging from their upper jaws that strain out their food from the water. The blades are called baleen or whalebone. Baleen whales are also called Mysticeti. The minke whale often swims close to the shore. Baleen whales or Mysticeti. A pygmy right whale is the smallest baleen whale. It's about 25 feet long. Baleen or whale bones are right here. Baleen whales eat fish and a mixture of tiny plants called plankton. In the plankton are shrimp-like creatures called krill. The gray whale has the longest migration route, 600 miles, swimming from here to here. All baleen whales have two blowholes. The sei whale is about 60 feet long. The humpback whale is known for its songs. It can make about 1,000 different sounds. The female baleen whales are often larger than the males. A right whale has a huge head and is about 55 feet long. Baleen whales are among the biggest of the whales. The bowhead whale, also called the Greenland right-tailed whale, has the longest baleen of any whale, 15 feet long. Some baleen whales have grooves on their skin from their chins to their bellies. The fin whale is huge. It got its name from the hooked fin on its back. Baleen whales are graceful and peaceful creatures. A blue whale is the biggest creature that ever lived, even bigger than the biggest dinosaur. It is often 100 feet long and can weigh as much as 180 tons. There used to be millions of whales in the oceans. For thousands of years, they were hunted for their meat, hide, and bones. About 200 years ago, whalers began hunting them even more for other products. They used different parts of whales to make up lamp oil, soap, candles, and cosmetics. The whalers used the baleen to make buggy whips, umbrellas, and stiffening for clothes. Over the years, there were fewer and fewer whales. Today, people are worried about how small the whale population has become. Some laws have been passed to protect them from being hunted. Sometimes people go on whale watches to see these creatures in their natural home, the ocean. Scientists have learned that there are about 100 different kinds of whales. They are graceful and beautiful wonders of the sea. In 1851, Herman Melville wrote a book called Moby Dick. It told about a magnificent white sperm whale that whalers were hunting. A blue whale eats about 4,400 pounds of krill a day. Now and then, whales accidentally swim onto a beach and become stranded. Sometimes people help them return to the sea so they won't die. A sperm whale can dive down more than a half mile. A baby blue whale is the biggest baby in the world. At birth, it is about 25 feet long and can weigh 4,000 pounds. Some whales can be trained to do tricks. Breaching is when a whale leaps from the water. A blue whale is so big that 50 people could stand on its tongue. In 1985, Humphrey the humpback whale became lost and wandered up on California's Sacramento River. Scientists lured Humphrey back to sea by playing a tape of humpback whale songs. In 1990, Humphrey was stranded in San Francisco Bay. Thousands of Humphrey fans watched scientists help him get back out to the sea again. Recorded sounds of humpback whales have been sent into outer space on Voyager 1 and 2.